You got all your paperwork, Emily?
Yep, it's in my back pocket. You guys take care.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Oh God, that's the jukebox. Oh, I hate CD jukeboxes. They're so ugly. Okay, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a code that you have to enter in the panel inside to be able to go down.
Do you know the code?
I know.
Do you remember the code? Do you by chance know the code to get down?
Sure do. 682.
Is there like a star or anything?
Nope, just 682 and then push the number. Okay. Thank you much. We'll just have to be really careful when we go down to that ambulance. Because that whole parking lot's out of decline.
I just really don't want it to do the same thing that it did.
Right, we'll just make sure we're squared before we...
Well, see, that's the thing. I made sure it was like square, but it still was like acting real goofy.
The right side wasn't in.
Okay.
It clicked, but it didn't. It wasn't all the way in like it should have been.
Like the light turned green.
Yeah, I have no clue why the light turned green though. That was the thing that threw me off.
Oh, what's that smell?
It kind of smells like perfume.
I don't know. It smells like air freshener. It's kind of stale.
Just watch your arms when we come out here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez, it's hot out here.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
nice and toasty out.
Toasty, yes. Nice, no. Oh, the sun.
How are we gonna do this though? Safe.
Oh, that sun is...
No, I mean
killer.
like getting them in.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, God, that sun is baking.
Yeah, it was a lot nicer this morning.
That is one powerful ow. Hurts the eyes. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. They're like falling off.
Yeah, this parking lot's at a weird angle.
Oh, jeez. I swear I'll get a suntan if I sit out here much longer.
I feel like it'd be more of a burn than a tan. It's baking
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I look like a lobster.
Yeah, it's yellow on the side.
Okay.
Make sure that's in.
Yeah.
Ah, that sun is killing me. Ooh. Oh.
Here, watch this.
No.
Is it okay if I get some vitals on you?
Sure.
Do you have a preference on which arm I use for blood pressure?
Yeah, left.
Your left?
Yeah.
You good, bro? Or do you need help?
I think I should be good.
Yeah. Oh, the air conditioner feels nice.
Does that feel good enough, or you want it up more?
So far it feels nice.
Okay. It's gonna give your arm a tight squeeze. And then I gotta slip this on your finger for your pulse and everything.
Okay.
So I saw you have diabetes. Are you want me to check your sugar for you?
You could, if you want to. My blood sugars have been low.
Okay. And I can also check it later if you prefer that, since we will be bringing you back.
Okay. Well, I just finished lunch, so maybe if you want to.
You wanna check later then?
What would you think?
I feel like if you just ate, then we'll give it a little bit and then check
To
it.
digest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Sure. I'm very easygoing. And I'm sorry that I sounded the way I did to you.
No, you're okay. I just wanted to figure out what was going on before we got you moved.
Yeah. See, I'm a creature of habit and routine. And when something disrupts that habit, it just throws me for a loop.
That's understandable. I'm sorry that we showed up so late. We didn't get the call until 12:30, almost 12:40.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we've been getting hit with calls since we started, so
But,
I do apologize.
yeah, but my appointment has been on the books for at least a few weeks. And I was getting calls from the office verifying the appointment. I got them last week. So and the call was arranged. I'm assuming it was arranged as far back as that.
So you've had this appointment ready for a while now.
Yeah. I'm also a planner. I love to plan. And my ex-wife had a problem with that.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be prepared for stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, I've been taking Tra for so long. And I would figure it's like Jim Lipton, we know the gurney he needs. It's like, you don't even have to ask twice, we know. And that's what I think, you know. And then when I heard there was a question about whether I would fit on the gurney, you know, unless I heard incorrectly, you know, that's when I was like, wait a minute. I'm not new to Tra. I'm not new to being transported. You guys have taken care of me so many times before. It's like, I mean, I know there's been a few people from Trough who say, "Oh, Mr. Lipton, so nice to see you again. I remember when we picked you up from Fairfield Avenue, you know." So, and Barb is my favorite of all the people. You're new. I've never seen you before. You must be new.
Yeah, I haven't been doing this long. And we've never ran on you, so that's why we were questioning that. We weren't saying that to be rude. We just wanted to make sure you would be safely and comfortably transported.
Right. I understand. It was just the thing that there was a question about whether I had been on the gurney. And I guess I misunderstood you. It wasn't whether I'd been on the gurney. It was if you would safely transport me to the gurney.
Yeah, we just didn't want to pull you over and then have you end up falling, because that would be not good at all.
Right,
We just wanted to make sure that we could get you on, get the rails up, and make sure you stay on, you know?
Yeah. Now, I have a very poor center of gravity issue. And I tell you, when they try to center me into bed, I feel lopsided. I feel like a boomerang. I feel shaped like a boomerang. And it's okay, can you please take a picture of me so that I can be assured that I'm not having my head at this side, my legs at this side, but my torso is over here. Because that's the way it felt to me.
Yeah, you definitely did look lopsided when we got you moved over, but it's also because you were saying you have arthritis in your knees, so that's also a factor in why you're kind of feeling that way. But are you feeling a little more centered now for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part. Now, my left foot, I can do this with it, you know, with my ankle. The right foot I can't. Now, I have neuropathy, and I don't know if neuropathy is the cause of that. But it's upsetting and it's frustrating to know I can't do this with my right foot. That I need someone to do it for me. You know, and I've been on my back since the pandemic started. I used to be up and about in my chair, and walking and sitting in my chair and getting around. When the pandemic hits, buildings are shut down, and we're told that we can't leave our rooms. So I'm stuck in bed for almost 2 years. And then when the shutdown was rescinded and the lockdown was ended and we could get out of our rooms, I go to try to stand up, can't do it. I'm too weak. Now they're trying to get me a nice, what I call a Cadillac-sized wheelchair. I just hope I can stand up again and walk again. I miss that.
Well, hopefully you're able to get back up on your feet and start getting better.
Yeah. So this is a reason why I do a lot of filming. First of all, I'm filming so I can capture being out and seeing the world again. Hey, the world's still here.
Unfortunately, Fort Wayne's still standing. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne isn't too bad.
Yeah. seeing cars, seeing traffic, driving around the streets. I miss getting behind the wheel of a car. I miss sitting in traffic. You know, there was a time that I was in a similar situation years ago, and I contact Enterprise rental car, and I rented a car for the weekend. It cost me $70, and all I did was just drive around. It's around Pittsburgh, so I'll be driving into Pittsburgh, and I sat and bumping above traffic. I was like, oh, I miss this. I love sitting in that traffic and being stuck. It was like memory again.
It kind of makes you feel like you're a person again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you used to live on, I just gotta clarify this is the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to live on Tennessee Avenue?
That's right.
Okay. And are you want me to change the address to the nursing home for like bills and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, because that's my new home.
And is your middle initial A?
Yep. Yeah, that's my home.
Do you have any environmental allergies?
Nah.
Any medication allergies?
No. For a while, I thought I had morning allergies. I don't even think I have that anymore. Sorry, I scared you. That's just an occupational hazard with me.
So that's just normal for you then?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it scared me because you're laying down and you're coughing up stuff.
Oh, okay.
And it could cause you to like basically choke on your own fluids, and that's why I got scared.
Oh. Well, I can understand that. You've never met me before. But it shows that my lungs are strong. And this is something that I'm constantly aware of. Because I think someone told me that I have respiratory issues in which my lungs are compromised in some way. And, I have COPD. But it was told to me that my lungs are weak and I have to constantly exercise to strength. Oh, because I use a bed at night. And see, I had sleep apnea for a time. And until the trach went in, my pacemaker would always be active. But since the trach went in, I hardly had any sleep apnea symptoms. And the pacemaker hardly was activated. Just recently went to the pacemaker clinic because I always had the pacemaker changed every 10 years. put in 1997. It was changed in 2007. But 2017 came around, and there was never any appointment. And I was afraid that the battery ran out. And so I went to the pacemaker clinic, and she said, everything's fine. I said, you serious? I'm like, I don't know, like 6 years overdue to have the pacemaker checked, and you're saying I'm fine. She said, yeah, your pacemaker, your battery has 5 more years to go. She said, because the trach didn't, so with the trach, the pacemaker that wasn't active, hardly any at all. So that's where the thing about my lungs. And when it was later explained to me that when I use the vent at night, it gives my lungs a chance to rest. And allowing my lungs to rest several hours every night helps keep them strong. So I can cough up mucus and all that stuff. I don't need suctioning. I don't need somebody's help. I can cough it out myself. And so every time I cough stuff out, they say, it's good. It's a good sign. That means your lungs are still strong. So I'm constantly aware of it. I've had roommates, you know, who did have issues with their lungs. Constantly on the vent, constantly needed suctioning. Their vent would be, respiratory would be rushing in like code blue.
So you said you're only using the vent at night to give your lungs a little bit of rest.
Yep.
So you don't use it during the day at all, just night.
Just at night.
Do you know how long you've been doing that for? Using the vent at night?
Well, it started out with a CPAP.
Because of the sleep apnea?
Right. So for the longest time, I thought it was just a fancy CPAP machine. You know, and I fought them for a long time. It's not a vent. My grandmother was on a vent. You know, she had this big tube down her throat, and they were telling me that's a vent. You know? So I said, I'm not on a vent. I don't have a damn thing down my throat.
So with vents, people can actually be on them without having a tube down their throat. It's only if the person is unconscious or if they're in really bad shape when they'll shove a tube down your throat. But I'm sure it is a vent. It's just not invasive like hers.
Well, see, that's what I learned. Yeah, I learned that. It was a long time coming. But they set me down and we had a long talk. And they told me there are different types of vents. And I said, really? I didn't know that. There was different types of vents. And so they say, your grandmother was on one type of vent, you're on a different type of vent. But they're still both vents. Yeah, so I already learned that.
That's good. Not a lot of people care to learn about the stuff they're on sometimes.
Yeah, they don't care. And that's sad. Because this is my body. This is me. This is my body. And I need to know everything that's going on with my body. Because it's mine. It's my own. I have no other. I'm living with it. I need to know. You know. that's why I want them to tell me the truth. Don't fancy code it. Don't not tell me. Tell me the damn truth. I can take it. The one thing I hope I never get is cancer. My sister had breast cancer. My father died of lung cancer. So that's the one thing. And since I quit smoking many years ago, I know that I won't have a problem with cancer. I quit smoking when I was 22 years old. That's when my best friend told me how ridiculous I looked with a cigarette. He said, you know how ridiculous you look with a cigarette? He says, what do? You put it in your mouth, you take it out of your mouth, and you blow smoke out of your mouth. You put it back in your mouth, you take it out of your mouth, you blow smoke out of your mouth. He said, after I leave here, go into the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror, watch yourself smoke, and tell me tomorrow if you don't look ridiculous. So I did that. I stood in the mirror with my pack of cigarettes. I watched myself light it up. I watched myself take 2 puffs. I said, damn, I do look ridiculous. I stuffed it out, and I never smoked again.
Well, I'm glad you stopped.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it can be kind of a really bad habit to break.
Oh yeah, I know that. And my sister is suffering the breast cancer from her smoking. And you know the thing was, and the thing that burned me up, is that on the way to the funeral, my sister was sitting in the limo with my mother, smoking cigarettes. That was like, oh, come on. You just punched us all in the stomach with that. You know, we just lost my father with smoking, and you're smoking to his funeral? And so she'd been trying to quit. Yeah, I don't know how much she was trying. My mom, she quit in an instant. She had a mammogram done or something, and it showed like a spot right in her lungs. And she says, God, if you please let this be nothing, I promise to quit smoking. So it turned out to be nothing, and my mom quit smoking. She says, God, you kept your end of the bargain, I'm keeping my end of the bargain. So hurrah for my mother. And she, as old as she is like 30 years ago. She still is as sharp as a tack, and she's still working and really got her head together, no Alzheimer's or nothing. She's going strong.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So, the reason you're going to this, I just want to get this straight for Charlie, is because you've been having issues with your kidneys?
That's what they tell me.
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm afraid of dialysis. I had a very, very good friend who went dialysis. It knocked her out. She died at the age of 45. So I hope and I pray that it doesn't, my situation doesn't get as bad. So this is my first time for this kind of an appointment.
Well, I'll be praying for you. Hoping for good news for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
All this time I thought we were on Jefferson.
Yeah, we actually are right now.
We are Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh. Yeah, I guess we are.
You still feel like you're breathing okay and everything?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get one more blood pressure, so it's gonna give your Orvis piece.
Okay.